A very good evening to you all and welcome to UBC News Tonight with Elizabeth Nakakuni on sign language, and I am Rukidi Kijja. We're coming to you live online and on air from Broadcast House here on Nile Avenue. Now, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has this evening returned to Uganda after ending his two-day working visit to the United Arab Emirates, UAE. At Entebbe International Airport, the President was received by the Vice President Jessica Alupo, the Minister for Presidency, Honorable Babiria Mili Babalanda, the Head of Public Service, Ms. Lucy Nachobe, the Chief of Defence Forces, General Wilson Mbasumbadi, the Police Director for Welfare, Production and Sports, AIGP Charles Birungi, and the Deputy Commissioner General of Uganda Prison Service, Mr. Samuel Akena. While in the UAE, President Yoweri Museveni met and held discussions with his UAE counterpart and ruler of Abu Dhabi, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, at the Presidential Palace in Abu Dhabi. The President also met a group of investors from several companies in the United Arab Emirates, and those pictures there are, of course, from Entebbe International Airport when President Yoweri Museveni was arriving after his return from the United Arab Emirates earlier today and ending his two-day working visit there. Now, Uganda has reassured the world and the third South Summit slated for January that it is on as earlier programmed. Now, the National Organizing Committee, led by the Secretary to Cabinet, Lucy Nachobe, also its chairman, has held a media breakfast in Kampala where they have outlined the progress of the preparation projects so far.
We have an approved budget of 40 billion Uganda shillings.
The 19th Non-Aligned Movement NAM and the 3rd South Summits will be happening in Uganda in January 2024. In that regards, a section of players have gathered in Kampala on Tuesday, 14th November 2023 to brief the media about the country's preparedness.
The pace of work at Munyonyo has not been as one would have expected, but we can confidently tell you that 85% of the works have been completed.
The media engagement has attracted officials from different government departments as each is charged with different tasks.
Let's foster a spirit of partnership, share knowledge and expertise, and ensure that the event is a success.
We are not only connecting the airport, but we are also connecting the main venue of the summit, which is Munyonyo, and upgrading it to Wi-Fi 6 as well. The designated area for the media center is also going to be connected.
The two summits will be running from 15th to 23rd January 2024.
You, the media, and us, it is our role to ensure that these summits are attended in big numbers.
The Head of Public Service and Secretary to Cabinet, Lucy Nachobe, is the chairperson of the two summits National Organizing Committee.
And accreditation, I want to assure you all that the country is secure to receive the international visitors coming in January, and everything is ready, and we are ready for our guests.
With the chairmanship of the two summits coming to Uganda, many said this is an open opportunity.
Most of the non-aligned movement countries and G77 countries are really developed countries, very developed. You can go on the website and see India, others you can name them, China. I think we can leverage this position to really get foreign direct investment.
This will provide a unique opportunity for Uganda to be at the center of global affairs, supporting and promoting interests of developing countries. The vision for Uganda's 3-year chairmanship of NAM will be a stronger and united NAM that contributes to a better world for all.
When it comes to facelifting of Kampala, relevant authorities say soon the city will match the occasion.
And we've engaged in several works that are focused on this. One is the roads refurbishment. Two is the decongestion on the sidewalks.
Government also confirms that security is being beefed up for the two summits.
This week, the police will be passing out a unit that will specifically be dealing with the two summits.
Unlike for the past conferences where government has heavily invested in the procurement of new fleet for delegates, this time round the old fleet will be used.
We have a number of vehicles in government, and these are the ones that have been identified and mobilized to serve during the two summits. Therefore, the government will not be procuring any new vehicles, but will be using the available vehicles.
The government of Uganda is very optimistic that come January 2024, all would have been put in place to ensure that the summit delegates receive a befitting reception and stay here in the Pearl of Africa. Robert Onyango, UBC News, Kampala.
Thanks, Robert, for that story there. Now, Kampala Capital City Authority, KCCA, and stakeholders are reviewing the Child Protection Ordinance law that was launched in June 2022. The law criminalizes activities such as loitering, begging, vending, and selling alcohol or drugs to children. We have more in this story.
Over 70% of street children in Kampala are from Karamoja region. Kaselengenyi Daniel, Deputy Director of Gender at KCCA, says that some members of Parliament have been implicated in trafficking children to the streets.
Of them do not transport themselves onto the streets of Kampala. There are quite a number of people who are involved in this illicit exercise, which is illegal, of course. And it is, we are categorizing it as trafficking in persons, and the laws of the land prohibit that.
At least over 3,000 children have been rescued off streets by KCCA, with the majority being females.
Currently, through those operations, we have managed to rescue more than 3,000 children off the street, and in the same spirit, we have also successfully prosecuted 41 child traffickers.
Ayokor Beatrice from the Ministry of Gender emphasizes the need for public education about the law to ensure proper enforcement.
There are going to be some challenges. One is the mindset of the people who are supposed to abide by the law. Some of them are going to see this as being a restrictive to what they wanted to do by helping out or giving out handouts, but not knowing that that handout, that one coin you give to a child, is actually abusing that child.
Various stakeholders share their perspective on the law's progress.
Go on the issue of rescuing these kids. Do we know the causes why these kids leave their homes?
We keep that child for some time as investigations are going on, and who's going to do this? That's what I've said. There is a gap there, a missing gap, a very important missing gap.
Beyond addressing street children, the law prohibits employing children as domestic servants and engaging in activities hindering their education. Offenders face imprisonment of up to 6 months and a fine of 40,000. Justin Nakami in Kampala.
Now, the Deputy Head of Public Service, Deborah Katuramu, is concerned over persistence of ghost workers on the payroll despite existing systems and audits. Katuramu was in an engagement with middle managers of government departments and agencies organized by the Inspectorate of Government here in Kampala. She emphasized the need for preventive measures, referencing the Auditor General's audit of the payroll.
The Inspectorate of Government is seeking a partnership with public officers to raise awareness on a corruption-free country. The Deputy Head of Public Service, Deborah Katuramu, addressed middle managers of government departments and agencies, acknowledging the Inspectorate's initiative in conducting open sessions on corruption with civil servants.
A lot of money is going, and we don't know how these ghosts come on the payroll. Yet we have a system of recruitment. You know very well the system of recruitment. So how come? In the old days, you remember we used to have a handwritten payroll, especially for support staff. So the people in accounts would prepare the payroll, and whoever was on the payroll would be paid handwritten. Today, we have computerized system. Where are we going wrong?
Inspector General of Government Betty Kamya stressed that corruption is a process that begins with the violation of laws, regulations, and guidelines.
But the actual players in the playground are the civil servants and the public servants, because they are the people who are given the money, who collect the money, and are given the money and then manage it.
Kamya called for a shift in the anti-corruption strategy from a post-mortem approach to prevention.
Procurement was also listed as among the big outflows of public funds through overpricing of goods, purchase of poor quality goods at premium prices, under delivery of quantities, air purchase, poor quality work, unfinished contracts, awarding contracts to non-deserving suppliers, leaving out competent suppliers, kickbacks, etc.
A 2021 study by the Inspectorate of Government revealed that Uganda loses up to 10 trillion shillings annually due to corruption, representing a staggering 40% of the total tax revenue collected.
That one you all know, you split procurement in your units there. Even when we encourage you to use framework contracts. And clear, branded and specifications. In this country, people want to drive Toyota. And you will make sure that he says to me, I want Toyota. But we tell them you can still get the Toyota, so long as you do the procurement properly.
Willis Bashasha, Director of NRM Manifesto Implementation, emphasized the far-reaching consequences of corrupt practices on public safety and infrastructure.
Some of these actions really lead to non-patriotic outlooks. Because if you love your country, you love your people, you love the big picture, there is no reason why we should be doing what we do for purposes of doing this.
Inspectorate of Government's meeting with middle managers of government agencies highlights the proactive measures to combat corruption. Sudat Kai, UBC News.
Thanks, Sudat, for that report there. Now, President Yoweri Museveni, who has returned to the country from the United Arab Emirates, UAE, in Abu Dhabi at the invitation of his UAE counterpart, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, met a group of investors who he implored to interest themselves in the area of local production of pharmaceutical products in Uganda, and appealed to them to locally partner with the Ugandan government in reducing the immense amount of starch from the various crops by putting it into good use of producing pharmaceutical drugs. President Museveni also mentioned that Uganda is blessed with a variety of minerals, thus encouraging the investors to consider the country's lucrative industrial venture, saying that the government is ready to work with them. Speaking to another group of investors led by Saif Rupawala, the Chief Executive Officer of Lulu Group International, the President hailed the investors for exporting Ugandan products on a global market. President Museveni also met other investors and discussed investment opportunities and possible areas of economic cooperation between Uganda and the UAE. Mr. Museveni welcomed them to Uganda and assured them of a ready market for their goods and services with a conducive business atmosphere. The meeting was also attended by the Minister for Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Matia Kasaija, the Attorney General, Chirio Chwanuka, Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Henry Okello Oryem, Zake W. Kibedi, Ambassador of the Republic of Uganda to the United Arab Emirates, and the Director General of the External Security Organization, Ambassador Joseph Ochwet. Now, the Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among, has warned the opposition for their continued boycott of plenary sittings, or else they risk losing their constituency seats. Now, this came after the opposition said they have no plans at all of attending plenary sittings again, even as the House resumed Tuesday today. Now, the opposition set a condition for government to issue a statement on the fate of the 18 missing members.
The Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among, has warned protesting opposition MPs that she will invoke Rule 83 if they miss 15 consecutive plenary sittings. According to Article 83 of the Constitution, a member of Parliament may lose his or her seat if, among others, is absent from 15 sittings without permission from the Speaker.
Because 19th is the weekend, we shall receive it on Tuesday, which will be 21st.
The Speaker, however, says that on the 21st of November 2023, government will present a statement on the outstanding demands of the opposition, therefore urged them to attend plenary.
And on that note, therefore, as the leader of this House, I'm going to invoke the rule on the 15 sittings. I am going to invoke the rule on the 15 sittings, and I want you members to come to the House. Don't miss for the 15 sittings. Don't be deceived that you should walk out. I will count 15 sittings.
However, some of the opposition MPs, like Dokolo woman MP Cecilia Ogwal, who attended this plenary sitting despite the ongoing opposition absence, says that she came to relay an important message.
Now here, I'm pleading with the government to make sure that the matter of the opposition is addressed.
According to the opposition leader in Parliament, Mathias Mpuga, they have no plans of attending plenary sittings until government issues a statement on the fate of their 18 missing members.
No such response is available. A situation we find very disturbing, that the regime up to now remains obstinate.
Shamim Naiga and Gloria Gutabinji, Parliament.
Mental people may fall under the docket.
We'll now take a break and then we'll be returning with much more. Do stay with us.
Jovia. Ng'oyolekera ku lugendo luno olw'obulamu nkuwa ekirabo eky'amaanyi agataziizibwa, amaanyi okulabibwa n'okuwulirwa mu mawanga ag'ewala ennyo, okutuuka buli wamu nga yadde togenzeeyo, ensi yonna ng'ekuli mu ngalo. Okutambula mu biseera n'okumanya buli kimu ekirina okumanyibwa. Jovia, kino kye kirabo kyange gy'oli.
Tewali kkubo ku ki gy'osobola okukola ku mukutu nnandameggwa ogwa MTN.
Metu Bus Industries, Namamve, the manufacturers of buses for transporters, schools, tour operators, and special purpose vans and any customized vehicle. Metu Bus Industries offers a range of buses known for safety, comfort, and reliability. Depending on your needs, a bus can simply be a point A to point B people mover with just seats, or a special design that includes power outlet, Wi-Fi, television, refreshment center, and any other specification. Buy your buses from Metu and support industrialization of Uganda. Contact us on 0788 118586 or 0782 030303. Email us metuafricabus@gmail.com. Visit our website www.metubusafrica.com.
In this family, we can't agree on anything.
Martha.
We can't even agree on what to watch. All the games to play.
Martha.
Ndowoza mulabi. We can't even agree on what to eat. At least the one thing for now we can all agree on is the soap to use. He likes that it's big and lasts long. Anti-economy. I like that it keeps my skin smooth. Ate alina echovu. And the children like that. It smells amazing. Everyone is happy. Movit soap comes in 4 fantastic flavors. Movit family soap is truly soap for the whole family.
Movit. All day confidence.
Metu Bus Industries, Namamve, the manufacturers of buses for transporters, schools, tour operators, and special purpose vans and any customized vehicle. Metu Bus Industries offers a range of buses known for safety, comfort, and reliability. Depending on your needs, a bus can simply be a point A to point B people mover with just seats, or a special design that includes power outlet, Wi-Fi, television, refreshment center, and any other specification. Buy your buses from Metu and support industrialization of Uganda. Contact us on 0788 118586 or 0782 030303. Email us metuafricabus@gmail.com. Visit our website www.metubusafrica.com.
Welcome back from that break, and this is News Tonight here on UBC TV. A warm welcome to those of you just joining us on sign language. It is Elizabeth Nakakuni, and I am Rukidi Kijja. Moving on now, the Special Representative to Somalia, also head of African Union Transition Mission, Mohammed El Amine Suef, and the Sector 1 Contingent Commander of the African Transition Mission in Somalia, Brigadier General Peter Gaetano Omola, have reviewed the progress made since the ATMIS troops entered Somalia to restore peace and security after Al-Shabaab threatened civilians. Now, although the deadline for the troops to leave Somalia and give liberty to Somali troops to handle security affairs of their country expires in June 2023, Somali army still needs foreign help.
The unrest and the panic comes as the ATMIS troops are due to leave Somalia in June 2023 to allow the Somali National Army coordinating its security affairs. UBC TV spoke to the Special Representative to Somalia, also head of the African Union Transition Mission, and the Sector 1 Contingent Commander of ATMIS in Somalia on the state of security.
From the inception of this mission, again in 2007, we've been fighting Al-Shabaab. Initially, when we deployed, we were only confined in Mogadishu. But from 2011, towards the end of 2011, we started expanding our area of responsibility. Somalia is generally safe. If you compare, for example, when we first deployed here in Mogadishu in 2007, to date, the situation has improved. So the Wananchi are able to go about their businesses normally.
Mogadishu has been liberated, and then some of the major capitals in the federal member state, and the government of Somalia moved from Nairobi to the country.
There's a government in Somalia. Democratically elected president is here. There's a parliament.
The duo want less time to reveal that much as they have crushed Al-Shabaab terrorists, this did come on a silver plate as they have endured setbacks.
We're experiencing a lot of rains in the entire Somalia, and this is affecting us, affecting our troops in the FOBs. Most of the FOBs are flooded. The locations along the the coastline, and this affects our equipment.
As you can observe, since you are here, the situation is calm but unpredictable.
The UPDF spokesperson Brigadier General Felix Kijja says they have worked to prevent piracy and vowed that the UPDF will continue to crack down on terrorists.
Once we cleared the Al-Shabaab in Mogadishu, that was the end of piracy. Because the command center was Bakara, actually, Bakara Market. Once Bakara Market was captured by the UPDF, piracy ended. I was surprised nobody ever wondered what happened. The miracle was deal with the issues in Mogadishu, and the pirates will have nowhere to hide. If it was here in the south, in the middle region, you deal with Balawe, the entire sector is cleared all the way to Kismayo. So it's about, again, and appreciating the concept of operation. Where is the center of gravity of the bad elements? If you deal with it, then you have solved the problem without much ado.
Sector 1 Contingent Commander Artemis Brigadier General Peter Gaetano Omola says although they want to stabilize the country, the Somali National Army has not fully reached the status of controlling its own military and security affairs.
Despite drawing down and the Somali security forces taking over the FOBs, these were FOBs in our area, areas that I can say in our area, in Mogadishu here and areas close to Mogadishu, but not those isolated FOBs. And we then saw need for us to retain the forces that we drew down, and indeed we have retained the 400 personnel. A decision was taken, a strategic decision was taken, and the 400 personnel have been retained here because we saw it still very necessary to retain the forces here.
The head of African Union Transition Mission in Somalia, Ambassador Muhammad El Amin Sufu, responded to the compensation for injured soldiers and lost lives.
The policy adopted by Uganda, because when we are talking about compensation, we have two types of compensation. We have sometimes what we call collateral damage. I mean, the troops, they are moving and then they kill someone. So this is a long process, and this can create a kind of uprising. People, they will come, they say that so then they will come to the camp. And but Uganda, the sector commanders and their FOB's commander, they use the wisdom. And they call those people, say that peacefully, let's address this issue, and they discuss with them. And even they don't report, I mean, they don't ask the mission HQ, to address those issues, but they address immediately this issue amicably. So they find a solution, they give them something what they call, this is, a gesture. So for them to organize the funeral, burial, and the need for a few days after the death of that person. So this is something we commend, and we salute, and we express our thanks and gratitude, because otherwise it could be a big problem.
Although the deadline for Artemis troops to leave Somalia is closer, there are negotiations to extend due to renewed Al-Shabaab attacks. Ivan Juko, reporting for UBC, Somalia.
Ivan Juko with that report there. Now, the Cabinet has tasked the Minister of Education and Sports with producing an in-depth report that outlines the circumstances behind the unprecedented number of school fires in the country. Dr. Chris Bariumusi, Minister for ICT and National Guidance, emphasizes the significance of this step in obtaining relevant information to address the challenge of school fires.
The Uganda Police Crime Report for 2022 shows that at least 40 schools experienced fire incidents which destroyed property and lives. These incidents have persisted even this year, with the most recent fire outbreak reported at Kasana Junior School in Masaka, where 4 students died in a boys' dormitory. The Cabinet has tasked the Minister of Education and Sports to generate a comprehensive report on the fire incidents occurring in schools.
Observations indicate that the
a number of schools continue to run and are not meeting the standards which are required and are not complying with what has been put in the policy guidelines by government. And we did request the minister to bring another comprehensive paper where we shall dedicate and devote more time to get to the root of the matter.
The government has also issued a warning to schools continuing to use burglar-proofed dormitories and triple deckers.
But you see, at this school, they were having a boarding section for the pre-primary children. So then the question becomes, what are the inspectors doing? Why are they allowing that to happen? The Ministry of Education does not allow the use of triple-decker beds in the schools. The maximum you can go to is a double-decker for these young children. At this school, Kasana Junior, the children who died were these nursery, pre-primary pupils who were in a dormitory. And yet, the guidelines from government, policy from government, does not allow boarding for nursery students, pre-primary. Yes, nursery schools or pre-primary education is allowed, but should be there.
The cabinet has acknowledged the persistent occurrence of gender-based violence, though it notes a reduction in the gender inequality gap.
And in the discussions, we noted the progress that has been registered by the government of Uganda in promoting gender equality. There are some of the key areas which must be focused on is that we should look at the negative social norms, beliefs and practices that still exist so that we do not promote them.
Crispus Arinitwe, UBC News.
Now, non-governmental organizations dealing with people living with ostomy condition have urged government and Ministry of Health to provide appliances for use to restore their dignity in community and save them from stigma and death. During an awareness conference on ostomy at Sheraton Hotel here in Kampala, the President, European Ostomy Association, Jon Thorkelson, said people with this condition have been neglected.
A survey by the Ostomy Association of Uganda in Western and Central Uganda indicate that over 730 people are living with a condition where they use the intestine and a hole in the stomach abdomen to pass out stool, known as ostomy. It seems the health system has neglected people with this condition. However, after operation, these people need support appliances to protect their health.
The hospitals, when somebody gone through the surgical, and he has been, they have operated that person, they give him either 2 to 3 days, and then they send him home. And when he's sent home, he doesn't have where to get those appliances, the bags that can be now put on the stomach. Our main people in Uganda now, they put this kavera, the normal kavera we are using, which is, I don't know how I can say it, but which is very bad. You find their skin is almost peeled off and they are going through a hard time, and that's why they are ever stinking.
The director, Ostomy Association Uganda, Alex Moshabe, says this condition is caused by an operation of an intestinal cancer, and in children the stoma is created when the child is born.
If your intestine has been cut, the cancer has taken some parts, and maybe there are some rotten parts of your intestine. You have no option only to create the stomach. Cancer in children, some are born without anus. You know, you produce your child, but the child is broke. There's no anus. She cannot come out. Then you have to create, by all means, the stomach.
The president of European Ostomy Association, Jon Thorkelson, has lived with this condition for about 30 years and attributes his health to the good health care system in Europe, unlike in Africa.
People don't want to talk to you if you have shit all over your stomach. People just don't want to have you near them. You become an outcast. It will destroy the skin around the stomach. If you have stool on your skin for a long time, it will become deteriorated. The patient here is rather bad because it is not treated in any way. I would ask the Ugandan government and health authorities to help ostomates here get appliances.
Experts from different parts of the world on ostomy are in Uganda to create awareness how one can keep healthy with this condition. I'm Nafka Farida and Robert Katamba in Kampala.
To Lira now, where a young couple in Lira city is seeking 35 million Ugandan shillings for their firstborn child by the name of Myra to give the child a new lease on life. Now, the one-year-old was diagnosed with a heart condition in June this year and was referred to India to undergo heart surgery at a cost of 35 million shillings. Eddie Olua gives us more.
This couple living in Lira City East Division has been happily married for the last 2 years. Their marriage was hit hard in June this year when their firstborn child, Myra, was diagnosed with a heart complication at Mulago Heart Institute. They were referred to a hospital in India where the heart surgery can be done. Kevin Adero, the mother, says they had hope in their newborn.
Then the scan was also saying that Myra again is having a heart problem.
There's no body growth, like getting fat afterwards. Say that there's something wrong with this baby.
The young couple in their 20s does not have any source of income. They claim to have credited a top-up of 500,000 shillings, which they say they are still struggling to service.
We have requested 500,000 to go to Mulago. So now we are paying the loan, but it's soon getting complete.
Because of my baby, I cannot seeing her dying like that. That is why I'm requesting if they could help us to take our baby to save her life, to make her be alive, they can give us support. Because for us we have nothing. We have like this.
Mulago Art Institute medical report shows that Myra's heart has holes which can only be fixed in India at a cost of 35 million.
We always struggle. Sometimes I request the motorcycle from people, I ride the border, and I just pay the loan as well as feeding the home. We need to do everything to help her to get surgery, but the problem is now money. We are struggling, but we have empty hand like this.
The couple is stretching out their hands for philanthropy to save baby Myra. Eddie Olua, UBC News.
That couple, they are indeed in need of just 35 million Ugandan shillings to save their baby. To the August House now, and Parliament has passed the Petroleum Supply Amendment Bill 2023 amid some members of Parliament opposing and supporting it, saying it will save Ugandans from fuel cartels that arbitrarily influence fuel pricing. Now, the bill will enable government to ensure steady supply of petroleum products and also diversify supply routes. Shamim Naiga reports.
Parliament has passed the Petroleum Amendment Bill 2023 without amendments. This was after the Committee on Environment and Natural Resources presented to the whole House its report on the bill. In the report, the committee chairperson Emmanuel Otara recommended that in the long term, UNOC should explore opportunities of direct engagement with refineries, which will minimize costs and increase stability of petroleum product supply into the economy.
Inability to purchase directly from the refineries leads to an extra markup on Uganda's fuel from Kenyan companies. Insecurity in supply for petroleum products and inability to directly negotiate for petroleum prices with the refiners, which inevitably contributes to high and unpredictable pump prices.
Boseke County MP Paul Akamba presented the minority report opposing the move to create a monopoly for UNOC, saying that it is unconstitutional and prohibits fair competition. Akamba adds that past experiences of monopolies like Omeme, the Enrico Agreement, the Iron Ore Agreement have cost the country money and set a terrible precedence for monopolies. However, many of the MPs who signed the minority report, being opposition, were not around to back it.
Transport notwithstanding, UNOC does not possess the financial muscle to facilitate trading activities. It was noted that in October 31st, 2022, UNOC had a trading stock level of 6,701,604 liters of both petrol and diesel at the Jinja storage terminal.
However, Aringa South MP Adeyoni Odrea supported the bill, saying it will save Ugandans from fuel cartels that arbitrarily influence fuel prices, while others like Nandarama Fabi and Muhammad Nsireko opposed it, stating that creating monopolies is not good for the economy.
We are tired of our prices being controlled by neighboring countries. We are not against other players, the private companies in this business. But UNOC is here to serve the interest of government in the oil sector.
The issue is, and what countrymen will ask us, that we've knocked ourselves before on the matter of Umeme, in the matters of Bujagali, in the matter of Dura Cement, in the matter of Peneti, in Kofi, and in the matter of Lubowa Hospital again. And we are coming back as the same house. How shall we explain to the people that we are the very same house that comes here and legislates after agreements have been entered into by government without consulting the people?
Once signed into law, all licensed oil marketing companies shall by law be required to source their products from state-owned UNOC, save for exceptional circumstances. Shamim Naiga and Gloria Gutabinji, Parliament.
We'll take yet another short break and we'll be returning with the latest in business.
Tukanga omuntu nti nigasita ndala mukaga itano sita isatu ash onige yes
ngaho bakubuza machanti
nga bamubuza machanti code nga tumukobata mu nsanvu bino olumalirizawo ngata amwe sente dali kuwayo kumbaga ya mwenemu sawa yeneyo nga kyabazinga amwebaza nga tweyongere kai tujja mu kyalo ekindi
ekikoba embaga olunawa luti nga mwira
tulija kumala kai tweyongere emyezi mukaga nga tukasumisa abantu momope
baba embaga ya mwenemu eriyo nga 18 kai emyezi omukaga gyoli kuongeramu ojaji
oyidine bya momope abantu yembi kyeyo nayo nabandeta momo ono bibali kumpaka ne bya momo pabi kyama kupichipichi ojo bisomese
beka muleke musoni we tyamaja
baba tuka bulungi
simbule embalasi asumulude
momo nyabo
Pay or shop with MTN Momo and get cashback every week. It's free of charge. Use the Momo app or dial *165*3#.
Sebo.
Yes?
This is the bill.
What?
Malaria testing, 10,000. Treatment, 100,000 since we put on drip.
Hey, Musa,
Can you read this for me? Before I brought my wife here, I'd already spent money on buying herbal medicine and drugs from the pharmacy, which didn't work.
But Sebo, the government gave out mosquito nets. Doesn't your family use them?
We got the mosquito nets, but they got holes and we didn't know what to do.
Protect your loved ones from malaria. Sew your mosquito nets whenever they get damaged to keep the mosquitoes away. Ensure all nets are tied up every morning to avoid damaging them. Ensure that everyone in your family sleeps under a treated mosquito net every night, whether it is a cold or hot season. Together, we can chase malaria out of Uganda. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health with support from Global Fund.
No malaria will catch.
Do you need data collection services, data analysis and reporting, monitoring and evaluation systems? Then contact Mold Technologies, a professional research firm that has provided many organizations with timely research solutions for over 15 years. For more information, visit www.mt.co.ug or call us on 0704 913 399 or 0782 602 963. Visit our office in Kampala at Sayuni Complex in Tinda. Mood Technologies, your professional research firm.
The doctor says you are getting better. I have a list of suspects in my file here, but I need you to help me identify the thief who attacked you.
This cat thief again.
Malaria is a thief. Don't let it rob you and your loved ones. Prevent it by sleeping under a mosquito net. Clear bushes and all stagnant water around you. If you notice any symptoms, go to a health center near you to test and treat. And ensure to complete your full dose to avoid severe malaria, which could lead to death.
Prof Bio Research abawanguzi bawadi ya Best East African Brand bila birimwe satu bakutegekedde omusomo. The Great Sound Down 8 Sata zimera kumiti obukubera okubanga 26 November paka nga 2 December Petroleum Mall Hall Rooftop omusomesa waffe yomukenkufu Nyanzi Julius ekyuma kiwagala kyuma musansi ne tekinologiya mwe muli okola ebigimusa okuva mu pampa z'abaana n'enjazi za Vermiculite okukamula omubisi mu menvu ng'embidde ng'okozesa ekyuma okutandikawo obukolero ng'okukola sabuni wa habo n'okukola ebibiriiti kugateka ennima ey'omulembe ng'okulima ekitiko okutukwa abakadde kanodama mushroom okulima ensogasoga jangu oyiga okugattako omutindo gamba ng'okukola ebizigo n'omubisi okuva mu kigagi okukamula butto mu nsogasoga nga tiketi ya $10,000 ng'ofunirako tule y'amagi ga safrani n'ekitiko kya ganodama saa 3 ez'okubakya nga tutandika buukinga tiketi yo ng'ogigula ku mobile money ku noti 7 noti 3 152
Lagos.
Welcome back from that break, and this is News Tonight here on UBC TV. It's time now for us to have the latest in business. Now, are you struggling with tax penalties and fines? You don't have to worry anymore because the tax waiver is here. Now, starting on the 15th to the 17th of November 2023 at the Uganda Revenue Authority headquarters, Nakawa, it is all about service with a sparkle at the Eura Service Excellence Week. Now, Uganda Revenue Authority experts will be on site to give you, among other things, hands-on assistance in applying for the waiver of interest and penalty, full support with automatic ledger reconciliation and direction on navigating the new improved Eura website, and so much more. Now, do not miss the engagement sessions on advancing service excellence featuring top URA leaders on Wednesday and Thursday from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Of course, this is a very unique chance to voice your suggestions on improving URA's services, communication methods and operations. Start the new year on a clean slate. Business Ekunyumire, developing Uganda together. Uganda Revenue Authority. To other news pertaining to business, and a renowned pharmacologist turned innovator and proprietor of Prof Bio Research, Professor Julius Nyanzi, has opened a way for Ugandans to enter into the world of business. Professor Nyanzi says he only needs a government policy to overturn poverty. He was speaking ahead of the 8th Great Sundowner due on November the 26th. Take a watch.
Innovation driven by the private sector is the word that will change the lives of Ugandans. Recently, Prof Bio Research based in Masanafu in Rubaga Division won the Best East African Brand 2023 award, the Platinum winner 2023-24. The proprietor, Professor Julius Nyanzi, says this is the driving force to engage the unemployed youth and other business proprietors into business that will turn around their lives. So far, he has trained over 700,000 in entrepreneurship and value addition.
What has made us win this award, based on the decision of the judges I saw, they told us that we are into sustainable value addition, whereby we improvise and also add value to plants without distracting them or destroying them. That is very good, that is sustainable.
Prof Bio Research trains in various aspects that enable every low-income earner start an enterprise from which to earn a living.
We have done a lot of research as exhibited by the programs we've shown media and the number of people we have trained. We are here and we are very grateful to the people of Uganda who have supported us, people of East Africa, Uganda, Kenya, Rwanda, Tanzania and Burundi, for having appreciated our approach to the development of the region through empowering the common man through projects like in agribusiness and also bioresearch.
He organizes a series of trainings called the Great Sundowner, where he offers solutions to unemployment. In fuel scarcity, he introduced biodiesel, soap making, toilet paper, and many others.
As my campaign states, money grows on trees. So I've showed the whole world that we can tap value and the country can be pushed into economic development, what I term as the money economy, by using our local available plant resources. For example, eucalyptus, we harvest the leaves and we add value to the leaves and we get oil. That oil can be used by people in the sauna, herbal sector, and also in cosmetics. That has been a cutting edge. That has been the special point the judges have considered.
This is the only way policy can engage with the private sector to create employment among the 75% youth and other players who are unemployed.
Now, the Uganda Revenue Authority and Kampala Development Joint Public Tax Education Campaign has been launched in Rubaga Division after Machindi Division, from where it will be spread to the rest of Kampala Divisions and Wakiso District. Euro Tax Education Officer Joshua Vincent Matovu says the campaign targets members of parish development committees who will in turn disseminate it to lower village units.
The local interpretation of some taxes like VAT, rental tax and property tax has been a problem to most of the urban and semi-urban residents, including leaders. The Uganda Revenue Authority and Kampala Development Forum are carrying out a joint tax sensitization campaign in Rubaga Division after Makindye Division. The campaign targets members of the parish development model committees who convened to Mengo Primary School in Namirembe, Bakuli Parish.
We are looking at educating taxpayers alongside their leaders. You know, people are facing problems and they are getting pressure over things they don't really understand. Now, we've gone onto the ground to dig deep to make sure people on the ground
understand what we call taxes.
All over Kampala district and Wakiso, in that we get these leaders to know, because they're the first people run to when they need information. When they're informed, everyone is informed.
Some leaders say the campaign was timely and called for more of such campaigns down at parish and village levels.
Now, basically the leaders from the PDCs as constructed by the parish development model strategy, at least they have got that knowledge. They have been refined. So we expect that the information is going to be decentralized to the local people.
On the other hand, members of Kampala business community through their various associations have also benefited from a similar arrangement. Sudat Kaye and Juko Collins, UBC News.
Sports news now, and the national football team, the Cranes, has had light training sessions after arrival in Morocco. Another team is set to feature in the upcoming 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers against Guinea and Somalia. Uganda will face Guinea on the 17th of November 2023 at Stade Municipal in Berkane, Morocco, before facing Somalia 4 days later at the same venue. Another team had changes in the squad with the return of Yunus Sentamu and Luaga Kizito, who had been left out by former Cranes tactician Mitchell. 16 local-based players were called up to join other members from foreign-based clubs. Head coach Paul Putt was given chance to bring on board his technical team to help revive the Cranes' glory that had been lost due to poor performance. Now, Uganda Cranes are in Group G alongside Somalia, Guinea, Algeria, Botswana, and Mozambique. And that brings us to the end of this first edition of News Tonight here on UBC TV. Thank you so much for having kept us company. On sign language, it has been Elizabeth Nakakuni. And I am Rukidi Kijja. See you at 10.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Come and shine in Blascone Paint and win the Twake edition. Buy Blascone Paint worth 100,000 shillings. Get a scratch card and SMS the code to 7197. Not only will you win instant airtime, but you could take home 1 million shillings daily, a share of 4 million shillings